Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Fontaine. Thanks for joining us. Topping the headlines, the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry declare August as Banana and Plantain Field Sanitation Month. Dominica remains under tropical storm watch as Tropical Depression 5 approaches, and the Golden Drum Awards, the highlight of the Emancipation celebrations, was hosted on Wednesday evening. All these stories and more when National Focus returns. Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. The Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry has declared the month of August as Banana and Plantain Field Sanitation Month. The announcement was made during a press conference on Wednesday by Minister for Agriculture and Forestry, Honorable Matthew Walter. The declaration is part of efforts by the ministry to fight the black Sikatoka disease, which was recently confirmed on the island. The theme for the month's observance is observing good agricultural practices and adhering to cultural practices.
Some of the activities expected to be undertaken by farmers include de-leaf of plantains and banana trees, adequate field sanitation with control, leaf, trash, and mat management, correct spacing and crop density, destruction of abandoned banana and plantain fields.
Agriculture officials hope that farmers will adhere to the recommended practices as efforts continue to combat the black Sikatoka disease. The ministry will initiate several support mechanisms on the holdings of farmers who have adhered to good agricultural and cultural practices.
Provision of fungicide for spraying, fertilizer, insecticide and nematicide, support with cover crops, and support with herbicide and alternative crops.
The minister warns that measures will be taken against farmers who fail to comply voluntarily with the recommendations. Under the Plant Protection and Quarantine Act, subsection 8, 15 and 21, the ministry can take steps to prevent plant pests.
Section 8.1 reads, the minister may make such orders as he thinks necessary or expedient for the control of or for preventing the spread of plant pests in Dominica. Section 15 reads, any authorized officer of the Plant Protection and Quarantine Service may, by notice in writing, served upon the occupier or owner of any land or nursery, and which describes the measures to be taken to prevent the further spread or to control or eradicate the notifiable pest under consideration, require the occupier or owner to A, at his own expense and within the time specified in the notice, take such measures as may be recommended or require to prevent the further spread or to control or eradicate the notifiable pest or pests.
Meantime, the ministry will, effective August 6, introduce a series of new measures as part of its thrust to manage the spread of the black Sikatoka disease.
All plantains and bananas for export must be dehanded, dipped, and packed in a carton box on the farm or as close to the farm as possible, possibly within the same locality. Trash and leafing material are prohibited to accompany banana and plantain to local markets. Movement of planting material will be restricted and should only be moved with the permission of the Plant Protection and Quarantine Unit.
Members of Cabinet, including Acting Prime Minister Honorable Ambrose George and Parliamentary Representative for the Maho constituency, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, participated in a public discussion on Wednesday evening as part of Maho Reunion 2012 activities. The theme for the discussion was the way forward, and a substantial number of Maho residents attended the forum at the Maho market, most of them members of the diaspora. Honorable George, in his opening remarks, noted the developments taking place all over the island. The acting Prime Minister said that the current administration was conscious of the way forward since its accomplishments rival those of previous governments.
The achievements of your government, the Dominica Labour Party administration, led by the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, we can conclude that your government, this administration, has achieved more since we were given the opportunity to administrate the country. We can conclude that this government has achieved a lot more than any other government has achieved in the Commonwealth of Dominica. It is a fact, and not only a fact, but it is visible. You can see it, you can touch it, you can dream after you have seen it of the wonderful things and the achievements of this government since 2000, when we took the reins of governance of Dominica.
Honorable George attributed the government's success to its aggressive foreign policy, which he stated makes Dominica a friend of all and satellite of none.
That we are friends of all governments and countries, but we are satellites of none. We do not interfere in their internal politics or internal affairs. And our foreign policy is really built on our domestic policy.
Acting Prime Minister George simplified government's policy towards foreign relations.
In other words, what is driving the foreign policy of your government, this government, is our domestic and economic needs. And that has been manifested very, very vividly, very, very promisingly in terms of what we have achieved so far as a result of the foreign policy that your government has adopted over the years.
Honorable George highlighted the West Coast Road, the Yes We Care program, and the Petro-Caribe gas initiative as tangible evidence of the effectiveness of the foreign policy. In more news, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, parliamentary representative for the Maho constituency, used the Maho reunion cabinet discussion on Wednesday evening to highlight the untruths being broadcasted internationally via social and conventional media.
But I believe that we're using the social media for the wrong things, to misinform and to do mischief. Because many of you who spoke with me will say to me, you said to me, what I've been hearing on whatever program, and what I've been reading on the internet, it is so untrue and unfair. Because you get the impression that Dominica is a war zone, that people are afraid to talk in Dominica. It's not so. You hear it every time. But when you come there, you can see that we are free as people can be.
Honorable Blackmore encouraged true Dominicans to defend the island against those lies.
You know, as genuine Dominicans, owe it to Dominica to defend what is Dominica, and to defend Mao, and to defend the Labour Party administration, because the Labour Party administration is concerned about advancing Dominica's name, so that when you return to Dominica, you can live a comfortable life with better roads and better healthcare system, and everybody properly educated.
The National Cultural Council, in collaboration with the Division of Culture on Wednesday evening, staged the annual Golden Drum Award ceremony and concert at the Arawak House of Culture. Our reporter Tanya Green was there and files this report.
The Golden Drum Award ceremony, which formed part of the 2012 Emancipation celebrations, was held under the distinguished patronage of the acting President of Dominica, His Excellency Dr. Edward Watty. Members of the public, including cultural enthusiasts like Alwyn Bully, were present at the Arawak House of Culture to witness the auspicious event. The Golden Drum Awards, which has been in existence since 1984, is staged every year to recognize deserving individuals and cultural groups for their contributions towards arts and culture in Dominica. Remarks by Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence and the island's Culture Minister Justina Charles set the tone for the night's award ceremony. Following thrilling performances from groups such as the Genesis Steel Orchestra and the Flamboyant Dancers, it was time to bestow the Special Recognition Awards. Radio broadcaster and playwright Alex Bruno was recognized for his role in the development and promotion of theater. His award was received by Giselle Gabriel, president of Teat Pawa. The Flamboyant Dancers was recognized for their role in the preservation and promotion of traditional music and dance. The Genesis Steel Orchestra received a special award for its role in the development and promotion of the steel band in Dominica. Michel Rafful was recognized for his role in the preservation and development of carnival costume making and design, and the sixth form Cicero Singers was given special recognition for the development and promotion of choral music in Dominica. But the evening's most moving moments came as the 4 Golden Drum Awards were presented. The Capuchin Cultural Group, which has been in existence for 25 years, was one of the 4 recipients of this year's Golden Drum Awards. The group received the award for its commendable service in the promotion and preservation of Dominica's traditional dance and music.
Whereas you have selflessly shared your artistic skills, teaching the people of your community, always seeking to involve more and more young ones, and reaching out to help groups in other communities around the island, demonstrating your noble and refined approach to community development through the medium of traditional arts. And whereas you have represented the Commonwealth of Dominica with high acclaim as you promoted our traditional artistic forms locally, regionally, and internationally, winning many awards and trophies for your consistent work and fine displays. Now, therefore, the National Cultural Council presents you with the Golden Drum Award for your exceptional contribution to the preservation and promotion of traditional dance and music in Dominica. Raymond Lawrence, Chairman, National Cultural Council, 1st August 2012.
State Radio DBS received the Golden Drum Award for its role in the promotion, development, and preservation of Dominica's cultural heritage, having given airplay to both contemporary and traditional forms of music and ensuring that they were promoted far and wide.
And whereas you have made outstanding contribution to the preservation of the Creole language through the broadcast of your Creole programs, No Mem, the ever-popular Esperias Creole, along with the news in Creole. And whereas through the broadcast of special features and interviews on aspects of Dominican culture, as well as the documentation and broadcast of cultural shows and events, including independence and carnival celebrations, you seek to inform and educate listeners on aspects of the Dominican cultural heritage.
That award was accepted by station manager Brian Mead.
I think it's important that we recognize the staff of DBS who have contributed to the cultural manifestation that they have done for DBS Radio. I don't know if you know, but about a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, a survey, a listener survey was done on 4 radio stations in Dominica. And 62% of those surveyed said that DBS was the #1 station for culture and also the #1 station for news and music. And of course, we still remain #1 today. So I accept this award also on behalf of the staff, the dedicated staff that work with DBS Radio.
His work in the preservation and promotion of the Creole language earned Felix Henderson of DBS Radio a Golden Drum Award after serving with distinction for 35 years. An elated Henderson wasn't hesitant to share his thoughts on this achievement.
I feel good, as I said, it's just, life can be so difficult sometimes. You work and you work hard, and sometimes it can be difficult, and these are the little moments that you cherish. Just a moment. Tomorrow when you go back, you got to think of working, continuing to work, and being excellent always, at all times. But you enjoy the moment. There'll never be another moment like that. It just takes me back to the time when I started. As I said, I came to DBS to do English, and I ended up in Creole, thank God. And I was very fortunate. Dennis Josie, I want to recognize him too, gave me the opportunity to work in Creole, and he realized there was some talent in me, and I thank God for that. God gave me the ability. So many people ask me, but where do you get things to say? And I say, it's a talent from God. I couldn't give it to myself. If I had to give it to myself, I'll give myself so many other things. But I give God thanks, I give him praise. But really, yes, just working in Creole and seeing the language develop from where it was. People were ashamed to speak Creole, and we brought it to a level where we have an orthography, a writing system, and of course we know it's a language. You can see good Creole, bad Creole, and to see where it is today, it makes me feel good. I was part of it, a big part of it, and I thank God for using me. Help me to be a blessing to my generation.
Fred Nicholas, a disciplined and talented musician who over the past 35 years has made an outstanding contribution to the development and promotion of popular music in Dominica, walked away with one of the 4 Golden Drum Awards. Nicholas was awarded for his highly commendable and versatile musical skill and for his assistance to a number of bands and solo artists in Dominica. For him, it was a humble and special moment to receive such high recognition.
It's overwhelming, it's like a coexistence of a lot of various feelings, I didn't know whether to cry, laugh, scream, so I'm over, like a lot of different feelings just overwhelming me, now. But it's really a great feeling, however,
The thrill and appreciation for receiving such awards will long be etched in the memories of these award recipients. Coupled with the showers of praise and the congratulations, they have been urged to continue to be culturally patriotic.
I urge our awardees to continue the important work which you have been doing in culture. Our culture must continue to play a major role in Dominica's development and help to build and strengthen our sense of national pride and identity.
We are all aware that this award does not represent the end of the road for you. The passion with which you engage yourself in these fields gives the assurance that you are far from the finish line. As a nation, we salute you and encourage you to continue.
The evening ceremony was punctuated by a number of cultural performances, including treats from the White Kubli Dance Theatre Company, Domfesta Song Contest winner Henry Etienne, and the ever-popular Tradi Bell. Amidst all the excitement, however, the call by Dominica's Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence for citizens to use the celebration of emancipation to re-energize their commitment to promote the positive aspects of Dominica's culture and to renew our commitment to help build Dominica was demonstrated in song by another patriotic Dominican. 4 National Focus, I am Tanya Green reporting.
Thank you, Tanya, for that report. And finally, the local Met Office is reporting that the island of Dominica remains on a tropical storm watch. The watch was issued at 5 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. A tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, usually within 48 hours. At 5 a.m. Thursday, the depression was located 565 miles east-southeast of Dominica, moving west near 21 miles per hour. On the current forecast track, the depression wave is expected in our area late tonight or early Friday. Maximum sustained winds were about 35 miles per hour. The system, according to forecasters, appears to be weakening. However, increasing cloudiness, showers, thunderstorms, and gusty winds are expected in Dominica late tonight into Friday due to the approach and passage of this depression or wave. And that's the English segment of the news. We now join McPherson St. Luce for the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le ministre de l'Agriculture a mis en place pour mettre en compte mauvais maladie black sigatoka qui arrive à bien détruire l'industrie figue et puis banane. Le ministre a déclaré mois avant pour habitants de chaîne cette régulation empêcher maladie là simer en pays là. Monsieur Ran Ansem, c'est officier quarantaine, ministre agriculture.
Black sigatoka, comme nous a dit, c'est une maladie qui est très dangereuse. Maladie ça là, nous confirmons maladie ça là en Dominique mois qui passe. Aujourd'hui là, ministre agriculture fait un press statement. Ça, le ministre a fait pour gouverner contre maladie ça là. Ça, le ministre agriculture a fait. Nous allons déclarer mois August, mois pour farmers. Tout le monde fait tout ça pour faire pour gouverner contre black sigatoka. So mois August, mois la farmers, tout le monde qui est plan banane avec figue en la couille pour nettoyer feuille figue là, pour nettoyer figue là, tirer tout weeds qui en figue là, pour nous garder comment nous aller goumer contre maladie black sigatoka. Ça ministre qui fait, nous allons couper toute figue qui est abondante en pays. Nous allons injecter ça en chimical pour ça mort, couper toute feuille figue qui est maladie, nous allons spray ça en fongicide pour nous garder comment nous allons contre maladie black sigatoka.
En autre nouvelle, Dominique et puis plusieurs pays ont observé les premiers août quand journée l'esclavage a été au compte nègre. Dominique Bonché et puis pays pour observer la significance sans émancipation pour moyen. Monsieur Gregory Rabès, c'est officier de division culture qui a organisé l'activité émancipation.
Significance de ça, c'est l'abolition esclavage. Okay? Tous ces pays anglophones, là, ils parlent anglais, ça veut dire Dominique, Jamaïque, Saint-Vincent, Grenade. So, l'année 1834, okay? Premier août, c'est le Parlement Angleterre à l'époque a déclaré qu'il n'y a pas d'esclavage. Il a fini le système esclavage à toutes ces colonies anglaises, tout en latin. Et puis Dominique, c'était en colonie anglaise. Et c'est pour ça ces pays, où il y a des mêmes carrés comme là, comme Dominique, Jamaïque et tous ces côtés-là, ça, a commémoré le premier jour abolition esclavage. Là, était pour décision ça c'est 1834. Après ça, il y a 4 années en plus ça qui apprentissage pour nous qui apprenti. C'est on bail yo fait on peut faire mon travail plus encore ça. Mais finalement en 1838 yo fini totalement et puis bien esclavage ça. Bon, on peut dire bon, yo tiré esclavage, yo fini puis esclavage en manière physiquement, mais barrel là en chaîne là toujours été dans l'esprit nous. Vous comprenez? C'est pour ça chanter Exile One par exemple et puis chanter Bob Marley, c'est chanter et ces poètes là toujours parler de libération physiquement c'est un bail, abolition esclavage c'est un bail, mais pour libérer l'esprit c'est un autre bail. Et puis ça c'est un travail nous allons continuer pour faire.
En notre nouvelle, assistant directeur World Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, a essayé de taper ce point en l'autre pays pour bien brancher au niveau directeur par haut. Dr. Etienne parmi 5 candidats qui a monté pour position salam qui méritait 20 votes. Selon Dr. Etienne Dominica, il a déjà reçu un commitment 19 pays pour supporter. Plusieurs pays CARICOM déjà fait parole qui ont supporté Dr. Etienne pour taper position salam. Dr. Etienne bien plaisir pour quantité support Dominique a monté, ça c'est qu'a montré, et spécialement pour le ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, qui déjà fait représentation à ses comptes en régional et puis international. Dr. Etienne travaille en World Health Organization en Genève depuis l'année 2008 et puis aussi qu'il travaille en affaires santé. Il a une expérience là pour go travail comme chef en parole. En même temps aussi, Dr. Etienne fait parole qui plaisir bagaille qui tape à priorité si il tape position salam. Élection pour position salam qui prend place en septembre l'année salam. Et puis si Dr. Etienne tape position là, il est premier dominicain pour tienne position salam. Et puis finalement, le gouvernement dominicain a bâti projet CAI en Kalinago. Parole celle-là sortie au ministère Kalinago, Honorable Ashton Grano.
Donc, on parle de CAI parce que l'année passée, nous mon CAI qui nous tenait nous tapé hors de Venezuela. C'est Venezuela où savent nous l'argent pour faire CAI. So nous avons fait ça, nous avons fait CAI ça. Mais l'année ça, nous avons 10 CAI qui j'ai fait hors l'argent pays chinois à nous. Nous avons l'autre 17 cahiers pour faire. Quand nous finissons ça, nous savons c'est un pays quoi c'est cahier là. C'est cahier là nous mettons ces cahiers ça 8 communes. So en chaque commune nous avons un cahier. Nous avons commencé nous avons 10 qui déjà fini. Nous avons regardé liste là c'est mon qui apply pour comment c'est mon ça nous mettre dans ces cahiers ça. So bagay ka marché lay venu pour kay nous regarder aussi comment nous s'attaper avec l'argent en bas ministre Reggie pour nous ranger kay moun avec comment nous ça aider pe moun qui a commencé kay yo mais yo pas ça fini ces kay là so nous que aider yo là aussi.
Messieurs mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
And that's National Focus. As usual, we invite your suggestions or comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm, or you can visit our website at news.gov.dm, or you could visit our GIS Dominica page on both YouTube and Facebook. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Fontaine. Thanks for watching.